So many people worry about, ending up being alone. Why am I so alone? I'm alone all the time. I have no friends. I have no girl. But I'm here to tell you that you should be appreciating that time alone. You should be loving that time alone. I was in a 7-year relationship, and when I got out of that, I didn't know what it was like to be alone. I was so used to sharing my space with somebody else, or I was so used to doing things with that other person that it was hard to adjust back to being alone. That adjustment in life was very difficult to me. It was very difficult for me because when you're with somebody for that long, you feel like attached to them. So when they leave, when they're no longer there, you feel like there's a piece missing out of you. So you have to grow and learn that ability to be alone again and to actually enjoy being in an alone space. So that took a little while for me, but when I started to get comfortable with being alone, it was like the greatest thing ever because I got my ambition back. I got my hunger, just my drive, just all the things that I was used to feeling when I was single before. When I was single before, I was so ambitious. I was trying to build a company. I was, part of entrepreneurship clubs. I was going to entrepreneurship events, going to see people speak. I was so driven, and it was great to feel that again, to feel that hunger, to be able to self-reflect more, to think of the things that I really wanted in life, to be able to just read more. I missed that. I forgot what that felt like. And it is so important for people to also experience that for themselves. We all, at some point in our life, need to spend a long period of being alone. I know that's not, a popular opinion, but we all should be having a period in our life that, spans maybe a couple years where we're just to ourselves. Because when you're alone, you have all the time in the world to self-reflect, to really think about the goals that you want in life, what you need to do to achieve those goals. Now that you may not have a partner in your life, you can save more money. You can, spend that money now to go get that certification that you've always wanted. You have all this time to get caught up on all the books that you wanted to read, but you didn't really have the time to before because you were, managing a relationship. There was another person at play that you also need to keep happy. So that's no longer there. You have all this time to really put that energy and drive into the things that you want to do. That is why being alone is so great. There's going to be times where you're going to feel lonely. You're going to actually feel lonely. But when I started to feel that, I would just, maybe go to the bar, hit up a friend. Hey, what are you doing? Let's get some drinks. Or just go to the bar yourself and get some drinks. I've done that plenty of times. When I started to feel alone, I just put myself in a place that I was surrounded by people. Where I was surrounded by people, I was surrounded by noise. I was just in a social setting. That's what you have to do in order to rid yourself of that loneliness. And once you get that little fix, you can then go back to that loneliness. You can then go back to your period of self-reflection, your moments of reading interesting books, working on different passion projects. You have all this time to yourself to be able to maximize your potential. And too many of us are in, situationships or relationships where we're not able to maximize our potential because of many reasons. It could be a toxic relationship. It can be, just difficult to manage. There could be a ton of kids in the picture, so there are many reasons as to why your productivity goes down once you involve somebody else in your life. So when you're in that alone period, when you're in your season of being alone, you have to use that to your advantage. You have to use that as a season of growth, as a season of development, as a season of hitting the goals that you've always wanted to hit. Dedication, consistency, execution. That's what that season is for. So don't worry about being alone. Everything is temporary. When you're in a storm, storms don't last forever. Storms are temporary. I know sometimes it's hard to see the end of a storm when you're in the middle of it, but it's always when you look back, you can see how difficult it was and how God made a way out of it. So just focus on yourself in that alone season. Don't worry about trying to get a partner. Don't worry about trying to make a whole bunch of new friends. Focus on yourself. And when you're in a position where you're comfortable, where you're at ease, where you're happy, when you have a sense of joy, then you're ready to look for a partner. Then you're ready to go make friends. But first, you have to take care of yourself. But I thank you guys for checking out this video, something light. But I'm gonna have more content on the way per usual. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.